something.
Oh,
Yeah, I just got a notification.
Alright, there you go. Receiving content. So you can hear us. Yep, we're live. Hello everyone, welcome to Max Payne. This is a PS2 game remastered for the PS4. And today we have Vlad.
Nice.
Everyone's favorite.
Basically they made the first game and they had a series of budget cuts, so they didn't actually have any like voice actors. The production team actually was the voice actor. They voice acted this also, and they had all sorts of budget cuts. So this they didn't have
a low budget game.
Yeah, it was a relatively low budget, but then it actually hit big. So the graphics might scream, "What the hell is this?" But again, a low budget. At the time, I think it was released around in the early 2000s.
Yeah, the graphics are going to be very jarring for some people, I know. But we'll just see how it goes. So Vlad is currently playing at the moment.
So the game caught on with the gaming community, so then they made a second one, which was then really popular as well, and then they made a third one with really great graphics compared to this. And how do I share this? Copy the link.
Yeah, copy the link and then just send it to wherever you need to. I'm sending it to my group too. Alright, shall we got started?
Oh no, cutscene again. I was actually about to press the button. Did you send it to the Gamer Noobz chat?
I haven't sent it to the messenger people yet, no. I did tweet it out at least.
I'll send it to the Gamer Noobz, and I'll send it to another group I'm in.
Cool. Get the word, spread the word! Get as much people watching as we can.
Actually, I don't think you can play any of the other ones yet.
I should like do it once on the other difficulties, or at least get to a certain point.
You have to finish the game before you could.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, this is the end of the game.
Oh, is it one of those things?
Yeah. It's one of those games where,
Man, look at those low poly cars.
Yeah, but basically the other modes, like New York Minute tried it, you basically have to get through each like loading thing or whatever through each little section in under a minute.
That face. Oh boy, did you finally pick up Max Payne 3?
Yes, totally. This is Max Payne 3, the pre-sequel. The sequel to the or the prequel to the prequel.
Yep. The prequel. What's up, John?
I was still in the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
I like the comic book style though.
For me, Detective Payne. You need to make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Showing the baby come first.
Yeah, about that.
See? My last smoke. Bad for the baby. That's you. A regular boy's job. See, Alex? Still not the boat this time, right? Like taking candy from a baby.
For real though, did you finally pick up your copy of Max Payne?
For
3.
PC? No. I got it for PS3 though.
Smell of freshly mowed lawns, sounds of children playing, a house across the river on the Jersey.
'Cause, I have a copy for PC, but I decided my computer wasn't gonna handle it, so I didn't bother. I only put $5 down in it, so it's not a loss.
But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practice bravado.
Hey John, I'm dying. He's dying. Coughing my lungs out still. Yeah. Hope we get better, dude.
Shell, Ronnie, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They gave me the best seat in the house, front row center.
Those shading effects too.
What the hell? Something ugly had been tattooed on the wall. A map of things to come. It was a poison syringe, a magic tag full of diabolical meanings.
This game has a lot of gore to it.
I'm also assuming it has a lot of story, like elements to it too. It looks like.
Yeah. Touch the phone.
Touch. I'm gonna get drunk still tomorrow. Yes, English. I do good. Cool. Oh hey, Mono's here. It's my birthday. Suck my dick. Happy birthday, Mono.
Mono, how old are you?
I believe he turned.
Are you my shotgun? Yes, you are my shotgun.
Or send nudes. I will send nudes gladly, says John.
Well, depends, Mono. Are you 18?
I'm pretty sure he's over 18. He's old enough to drink, I think, at this point. I think he's actually 21 now. Which is kind of ironic because Chris turns 21 tomorrow. And we're gonna get him drunk. I nope. 19 this year. Oh god.
They kill the baby, they kill your wife. Then you go on a rampage to find Jack Rapino.
Wow. They set the mood right in real quick. Oh, he just broke the rules. Hey, I knew he had a little bit to drink before, but so I assumed that he was illegal. Much proud to such wow. So yeah, he's 19.
Alright, we can send all the news we want.
Yep. No.
Alright, no nudes.
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in New York a minute. Killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA.
No, but seriously, send news.
Then, finally, 2 months ago, the dime drop that tips us off to Jack Rapino.
I'm pretty sure John will.
Was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
What? I'll do it. Make sure you have nice tits.
Inside the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones interested in the city when I was down here.
Here you go, Corey. Got you something to snack on.
Nice.
Are you streaming?
Yes.
Yes. Hi, streaming people.
By the way, say happy birthday to Mono.
Mono?
Yeah,
You're talking about the disease or a person?
the person.
Oh, happy birthday, Mono.
He just turned 19 today.
19?
Yep.
Ooh. That's that wonderful age where,
So
kind of legal and kind of not legal. I can do some stuff. I can't do everything.
Yeah, it's the 2 birthdays between 18 and 21 are just like, eh. They're a birthday. John said hi, Dad.
The station was drenched in gloom.
PayPal me 150. Make it 75 and it's fine.
But it is your last teenage year.
True. It's the last teen year he has.
Yeah, so basically the story of this game is a bunch of junkies high on Valkyr killed your wife, which basically was she messed around in things she shouldn't have, and she tried to prove something. Because Valkyr was supposed to be was an experimental drug for the military that didn't work. It was supposed to make soldiers stronger, but only like 1% of it actually worked, and there were like 1 to 10% of it actually worked, and the military basically called it a failure. So then junkies used it kind of as a cheap high to make people violent, and the occasional 1 out of like 1,000 people, it would actually make them a super soldier or whatever.
So yeah, so yeah, John and Mono are currently having a discussion of how they're sending the nudes. Shit, my brother's dragging me into an exotic dance place. Be back in, I don't know. You have fun with that, Mono. Kind of just have to shoot somewhere near them and it just hits them.
One of my favorite things in this game is just to listen to the people answering you.
Well, you want pics of my wee wee too? Sure, I'll save them for Mike. Yes, bye bitches. See ya, Mono.
We. Loading screens.
Hooray.
For New York Minute, you have to get through like each loading screen in under a minute. And then like hard-boiled egg, or whatever it was called. They get twice as much health, and your character gets like half.
Nice. But yeah, John, I don't know if you heard, but we're going to be taking Chris to Dave and Buster's tomorrow for his 21st.
For Alex had ended up in the middle of a big-time crime operation.
So we looked over the drink menu too. They have a good amount of alcohol for him to try. So he's going to be trying a good amount tomorrow.
Is Dave and Buster's expensive?
Kinda, yeah. Kinda. I think, oh yeah, on Sunday I think they have a deal for all you can eat wings and a with a $10 power play card for like I think $20. So you can get all you can eat wings and then you can get a power play card worth about $10.
You're about to die.
Or $20. What time? Probably like in the evening because Chris said he wanted to try streaming something tomorrow and then he was gonna go out with us to the Dave & Buster's. Place closes at 11, so we'll have plenty of time to do whatever we want there. It's gonna be fun though.
Thanks for killing your buddy.
I'll make sure to take a few videos for the stream too of Chris having his first couple drinks. Chris is probably going to go over more about the details in the next stream tomorrow, so we'll see what he says about it.
The train lit up like a Christmas tree. Power was back on.
My check doesn't come tomorrow. If one of you can come give me, that'll be great. We'll see about it, John. I'll let Chris know about it. He's going to come back tonight because he works right now.
Oh, Chris actually owes me a drink or two because I paid for his Taco Bell a couple of days ago.
Yeah. He recently got paid, so he should have enough to pay for his own things at Dave & Buster's when he goes there.
We're gonna wreck some
Although I
shit.
don't mind buying him one of his drinks if he really wants me to. It is his birthday after all. It's the least I can do for him.
I have a bottle of alcohol I haven't opened yet for $15. I might give that to him.
Anyway, sorry if I sound very bored and dull today. I've been recording a lot with Chris, and I'm slightly exhausted. Also, it's hot here. Also, Pink Shot's here. Hello. Well, hello. Yeah, no, I know you do, John. And I mean, we're also going to Dave & Buster's too, so it's gonna be fun, both drinking and like doing any of the arcade stuff there too.
If because I know Chris wanted to stop by and bother the people at McDonald's. So one thing we're also thinking of doing, like,
Oh yeah, he wants to do that when he gets drunk too.
yeah. So when we're done with Dave & Buster's, we're gonna go over to McDonald's there, and then we're gonna go right around the corner, have a few more drinks at what's it called?
The Ice
The
House.
Ice House. To kind of I don't know, finish off or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Ice House after because we're gonna. Nice. Yeah, just like Ice House after. Yes. Hello. Bye bye. Hello.
Oh
Goodbye.
shit! Oh, I thought I died there for a second. The camera is in tight spaces like this aren't always that great.
I guess that little Max Payne right there is your life bar.
Yeah.
You're on a low one.
The red basically is how much pain you have.
Oh, okay. So you're actually good. And if we mention Chris's birthday, we get free shots.
As I
Well,
mentioned,
Pink Shot's going. Bye.
I'm not sure if everyone in the stream heard it, but one of my favorite things is listening in on their conversations.
Yeah.
Because they're actually pretty cool.
This game has a good amount of story elements to it, honestly. Bye!
You actually meet a Russian guy named Vlad later on, and you actually kind of help each other out. Because there's this, basically what ends up happening is a mafia war between, like, I think the Russians and the Italians. And, the Russians and Italians, and I think that maybe a few other people. But, you basically end up going against the Italians because there's a few mobsters that like stepped in your shoes or whatever and got in your way. So the Russian guy Vlad, he actually says that some of these Italians or whatever this one dude got in my way and did this, and he's about to ship out all these weapons, and that would be a real serious blow to my mafia. So if you go kill them all for me, you can take as many weapons as you can carry for yourself. So you end up clearing out the boat for him. And one thing that's like what's happening right now, you basically end up in the middle of a bank robbery. So the police ends up going after you, although you're part of the DEA. so much damage on me right now.
Uh-huh. Fine Lime is here. Daddy is here now. What's up, Fine Lime? Corey is Daddy. Well then. I am the unofficial dad, so...
One thing that's kind of cool
And that's
is...
my dad.
Is you actually limp when you're... Oh shit, I'm dead.
He's not dead.
Respawn.
He's just taking a nap. That's the American dream, to die like that.
It looks like I've reached max pain.
But, Tish. Alright, that's it. That's the end of the stream. Bye, guys. And with that, we're done.
Ooh, ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. That really hurts.
Oh, Vlad. Or freaking John's like, do a shot. Every time you die, you do a shot. I am the official daddy. I've been voted. Ben's in the chat. What's up, Ben? Yeah. It might be an interesting idea, John. We'll have to see if people like it or not, though. Because, I mean, I'm at least not willing to get drunk on the stream, so I don't care either way. You guys can do whatever you want, though. What do you think about that idea, Vlad?
I'm all for it.
Every time you die, do a shot.
I mean, I don't have anything to take a shot of right now, but...
Yeah. Talking about Destiny. That was the raid. I want to do it so bad. Oh no, my team was trash. Nah, I'm not. I'm not getting drunk on the stream, no thank you. It'll be a very rare occurrence for you guys to see me drunk. I'm telling you that now.
Being placed at the scene of a bank robbery wouldn't have tipped the odds in my favor.
Where?
Well, that reminds me of an Easter egg.
Oh.
Thank you.
There's one.
Thank you.
Did you?
Looking for Easter eggs.
Are you ceasing your criminal activity?
Yeah, sure thing, Jim.
Huh?
That's actually kind of funny because... Is your dad's name Jim?
Yeah.
It's ironic too because... the Jim Bravora and stuff. I was certain your dad's name was Jim, but I wasn't entirely sure.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, there you go.
Any more?
No, we'll just two-man. Fuck it. No, thank you. I need more people to join my clan. Join my clan.
There's one. There are a few more I know of.
The bank robber scored at the table. The bank robbers have been after Acer Corporation.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was taken.
Acer success story recently been on every channel and on the cover of every magazine. The bank robbers have left their tools on the table.
If you ask me, Ben, the name's kind of growing on me, so I don't mind it. But yeah, I also forgot to do this at the beginning of the stream. Hey, hey!
And that's the second Easter egg.
Hello.
Honestly, found that one by accident once. Decided one time to run around and shoot all the signs for some reason. I don't know, looking for stuff. and happened to walk by that and it just opened.
But yeah, because I remembered that we forgot to do this in the beginning of the stream, I looked up a few of the things. Looked up a few things about this game because I think some people don't know much about like who made the game and everything about it. So
Rockstar.
no, this game wasn't made by Rockstar. This was made by Remedy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Number 3 was made by Rockstar.
But then why did they have the Rockstar logo? No one thing.
It's because it was. I think it's because it was published by them, but it was actually developed by Remedy, who's they're a Finnish video game developer. They made games like Alan Wake and Quantum Break.
I'm glad to see you.
But yeah, they're the ones who really made the early Max Payne games.
This is Lupino's doing? Lupino's men? Really?
So Corey, look. Not only does he get put into the scene of a bank robbery, but he's also blamed for his friend's death, Alex.
Huh?
One thing that does tick me off is later in the game it says Max Payne repeatedly shot Alex at point blank, although there only was one shot fired.
Yeah. Man's like, Quantum Break was a good game, yeah. But yeah, these people, they also made Death Rally, Agents of Storm for the iOS, to be announced Crossfire 2 and Project 7, and of course the second Max Payne game. They have not made that much actually, but yeah.
Oh shit.
But yeah, this game was originally released in 2001, so this game is actually like 16 years old.
It's older than my brother.
Yeah.
One of these days we also have to
Also Ben's like, nice spoilers.
for what I said about later on in
Yeah.
the game about them saying
Yeah.
multiple shots.
Uh-huh.
But that's actually not all that far away though. It's
Yeah.
that's something like depending on how quickly you get through it, that's something like the first 45 minutes of the game or something like that.
Apparently a different version of this game was released for the Game Boy Advance.
The F.
Right?
I never knew that.
Yeah.
Oh wait, shit, I think I was supposed to.
In 2008, a movie adaptation was loosely based on the original game entitled Max Payne. Distributed by 20th Century Fox, starred Mark Wahlberg and Mila Kunis in the roles of Max Payne and Mona Sachs, respectively.
If you've never played this game, the movie Max Payne was good. But if you've played this game, fuck the movie.
Yeah. Basically. That's why I said it's loosely based.
It stumbled upon something big and ended up stepping on Jack Lupino's toes.
But yeah, it's notable for its use of bullet time action sequences.
There's only one good one though.
As of 2011, the Max Payne franchise has sold over 7.5 million copies.
Lupino ran his racket of sex, drugs, and contract killers.
The thing is,
Hotel in the slum block of Temple.
his voice in this game. You watch anything else, any fan-made things, and I don't know, I just don't like the voicing of it. Is this thing empty? Damn it. Like there was a fan-made movie. Now it's good. They put a lot of effort into it, and I like it. But it's the fact that the voice I just can't get over it. Don't know. In the fan-made thing, they actually also had like a voiceover thing. It's just the voicing difference is the one thing that bugged me. But otherwise, it was good.
Yeah. It says in the film adaptation, the one who directed it was John Moore. So I don't know if his name rings a bell.
Not entirely.
Let me actually see what else he's made.
Looking on here, but he says bye.
Most known for the recent entry in the long-running Die Hard franchise, A Good Day to Die Hard.
Overdoses and Viagra, Die Hard.
He hasn't made many films either.
I'm gonna spend a lot of time in this hotel, and not for sex either.
But yeah, while it was ranked first in its opening weekend, it grossed $18 million at the box office, received mainly negative reviews, having a 16% rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
The movie?
Yeah.
Damn.
I met Levino once. The gangster analyst racket for his right-hand man. I think it got 80. Young was a high-strung wire on the verge of breaking apart. Go around to energize your money. He had the brains to run the business, but he lacked balls. Always falling short. Taking his frustration out on underage addicts and call girls.
You know, I could honestly see your dad as like a action shooter hero or something like that.
We call Rampage coming to see it through. Anything goes wrong and everybody's gonna get dead. Goes double for you. Treat this guy real.
You know, honestly, if I were to see my dad in any type of movie, it would have to be some kind of comedy film. Like, if anything, he would be...
What's that movie that, a Hitman's Bodyguard?
Yeah.
Something like that.
If anything, yeah, he'd be in an action comedy movie. Like Central Intelligence or something like that.
Shit.
Alright, so yeah, I'm just looking up this little description of it too. Game centers on NYPD Detective Max Payne. He attempts to avenge the murder of his family.
Note yourself, the double-barrel shotgun is shit.
Set in a neo-noir style, uses graphic novel panels with voiceovers. Draws inspiration from hard-boiled detective novels from authors like Mickey Spillane.
Yay, painkillers.
The game contains many allusions to Norse mythology, particularly in the myth of Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's a bit later on, too.
Several of the names used in the game are those of Norse gods and mythos. Gameplay is heavily influenced by Hong Kong action cinema genre, particularly the work of director John Woo.
Like, hey, here's what I was talking about, too. Well, maybe not 45 minutes, about 35. Shot repeatedly. Although there was only like one bullet. Two at best, but one.
I had just gotten my 15 minutes of fame.
But yeah, it was one of the first games to feature bullet time effect popularized by The Matrix. Received very positive reviews and was praised for its exciting gunplay, use of noir storytelling devices. Game won a large number of accolades, including the BAFTA award. The BAFTA award. Oh, the British Academy of Film and Television. So it won an award.
Hey, check this out. Shit.
This game got about an 80 out of 100 on Metacritic.
That's pretty good.
And about 9 out of 10 on most game reviewing sites. The computer version sold 430,000 copies and earned $2.6 million by August 2006 after its release in July 2001. It was the country's 33rd best-selling computer game between January 2000 and August 2006.
How are you not dead? I shot you with a shotgun.
Best PC Game by British Academy Film of Television Arts, Golden Joystick Award by Danish Publishing, Visitor's Best PC Game at European Computer Trade Show, Best Game in 2001, Best Graphics in the PC Game, Best PC Action Game by The Electric Playground, Reader's Best Choice Game, and Best PC Game by Pellet. A lot of freaking rewards for this game, actually. This game got a lot of rewards. Best Gimmick.
Kill him, Max!
Common criticism usually centered on Max Payne's lack of replay value, as there's no multiplayer mode, and the linear story is due to the level design and pre-scripted enemy behavior. Provides about 10 to 15 hours of gameplay.
The second game has different characters you could play as. You're just getting a Coke.
Remember the movie Get Smart? Your dad would literally play perfect in that movie.
I could see it.
You're just lucky that when you shoot a gun, one room, people 2 rooms down don't notice or care. They just wait for you to come in to kill them.
He actually sort of noticed here, but it being a 2001 game, if you're relatively in close range, they'll notice, but it's,
Also, I think I realized...
Excuse me, I was watching TV.
Also, I think I realized why the PS2 version of this game got a remake like this. It says on here, the PS2 version suffered from reduced detail and slowdowns as the game stressed the limit of the console's power. Levels were broken into smaller parts so it would not tax the PlayStation 2's 32 memory of RAM, which according to IGN caused heavy disruption to the flow and tension of the story. So the PS2 port of the game was actually the worst of all of them, because it was literally stressing the console's power.
And it's still pretty good too. So with freaking all the power behind the PS4. No Molotovs. Although I barely use. Yeah, I died the first one to this. The first time watching the stream real quick. I died to that the first time because I didn't notice it.
Oh. Huh.
An investigation had turned up nothing until they came to the Puccinella and head Puccinella family to out here. All tracks had ended with Jack Rapino. 11 Huertas was assigned to the
Damn, I don't know, I'm so thirsty.
So yeah, Rockstar Games published this game for the other ports.
You have been waiting for a chance to pay us back. One of our trusted boys has a monkey the size of King Kong on his back. We need your special skills for backup on a major deal.
collecting evidence that got old a few hundred bullets back. I was already so far past the point of no return, I couldn't remember what it looked like when I passed.
One thing I like about this character is, he's kind of a snarky kind of character.
I like the snarky heroes are the best heroes. But yeah, here's another interesting fact about this game. There are plans for a Dreamcast version of Max Payne, but they were cancelled due to the discontinuation of the console. The game's re-released on April 20, 2009 as a downloadable game for the Xbox Originals program for the Xbox 360. It's also re-released as a downloadable game for the PS3 under the PS2 Classics banner, and then the PS4 is downloadable from the PlayStation Store. So they were going to have a Dreamcast, but then everyone realized that the Dreamcast basically died at that point, so it was like, nope, there's no point anymore.
I mean, they could have, but they would have been losing money on it.
Exactly.
Candy Dawn.
Because no one would have had a Dreamcast.
Candy Dawn, that's the name of my first girlfriend.
Sent to the latest one-eyed Alfred tape. As long as the hair keeps paying for the tapes, the old man...
It's kind of funny. They do say that your first girlfriend is you can't forget.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Technically, it doesn't count, but I had a girlfriend, I think, back in 2nd grade or something. I sort of forget her name, but I've kind of mostly remembered her all the way until now. It's been a while, but whatever. Noise.
Yeah, Ben also needs someone equally to binge that Destiny game with too. If only you had your PS4, John.
Okay, I think it came through there. I think I gotta go this one, maybe. Oh, there we go.
I'm curious actually now. Since I'm still wondering about the game. I'm wondering who did the voices for all the characters in this game.
The old service elevator level down to the bowels of Jack Rubino's hotel.
Ah, shit, they noticed me. They actually had a pretty interesting story.
Oh no, that's who wrote it. Okay. So they have, in the description here, they have who helped write the characters for the game.
As both freezing rain and heavy
That's
snowfall
interesting.
continue, many roadways are already closed, and people are advised to stay indoors. The severe blizzard has ravaged New York for 3 days now, with no end in sight.
We've been snowed from the start in the Valkyrie case. The forecast said there was plenty more where that had to come from. If the snowbound city was on my side, less chance of innocent bystanders getting caught in the crossfire.
This one actually, little comic, reinforces that Max Payne is the good guy. Because it mentions that the news basically said advises people to stay indoors. And then Max Payne says it's a good thing that people are advised to stay indoors because less casualties that way. Like civilian casualties.
This video game. Of course, when I search them up on IMDb, I get the movie first. Alright, so you know who does the voice for Max Payne in this game? Vlad.
Actually don't.
It's a person named, if I can get his name here, James McCaffrey.
Honestly, don't really know who that is. But I respect him.
Yeah, he's known for all the Max Paynes. I'm trying to see if he's in any other good popular movies. He's been in other things, but I don't know what any of these are.
Exhibit number 1, newspaper. A dead man tied to a chair.
Why is you now Alan Wake?
Captain Baseball, that boy has an unbeatable track record in superhero
Oh, in the dark.
matches. But a 6-pack of root beer gets me every time.
Area 51.
The murder weapon was a baseball bat. Now lying in a pool of drying blood next to a newspaper folded open on a Captain Baseball Bad Boy comic strip.
I'm actually gonna be back here later in the game for reasons.
for reasons. Yeah, sadly I don't really know any of the other movies he was really in.
Why are they always set in LA or Mexico? They can't even get a tan. If I was a bloodsucker, I'd move to the North Pole. Winter's one long night. And what would you eat? Suck blood from penguins? Nah, Eskimos, man, Eskimos.
Oh, yeah. Story and screenplay. You have Sam Lake to thank for that. So this whole story's plot and story and how it plays out. All thought of by that man. It's a pretty cool story. It looks like though.
So it's a little cliche. I mean, but then again, since this game came out, a lot of movies and games have done similar things. They kill your family, you go on a rampage.
Yeah. Damn. Right across the table too.
Somehow it worked. I didn't expect.
Yeah, that's what I feel like they really tried to do with this game, is that they tried to make it feel like a action movie.
The transparent cylinders glow green, full of Valkyr. There was a key on the table. It was dirty money.
Want a burger?
Sure. I don't know what he's doing.
You can have a burger too.
I'll take one if it's okay.
I don't think they mind.
More painkillers I can't take. I'm already full.
I'll be right back.
Oh darn. I have to entertain the viewers without Corey now. Darn. Time to shoot a hooker.
Two mad dog killers, ready to murder each other. Step into the next room, and I'm thinking, now they're gonna do it. But no, they sit down in front of a TV and solve their differences with the kung fu fighting video game.
Who needs real life fighting when you can just knock each other's brains out in a video game, right?
Oh, Rico, he's so bad.
I am Payne.
So John, when are you getting your video games back? Because we can stream GTA maybe sometime if you get it anytime soon. Got a little death for you too, sir. This guy got his pants down. I'm about as good as entertaining as you're good at looking good. I don't know. Well, that's kind of faulty because apparently you tricked a girl to dating you. So.
One thing on your burger? We got a lot of condiments. That's mine.
I'm still gonna eat it. I don't know, do you have mustard or something?
Yeah, we got mustard.
Ketchup and mustard, I'm good with those two.
Okay.
Right now there's a different set of moves going on.
See, I can be a good entertainer. Well, maybe not, I don't know. I do want to be I have kind of wanted to be a stand-up comedian or something like that, because people always laugh at me anyways, so might as well make them pay for it.
Something wicked this way comes. Max Payne at large.
Is there a button for this thing somewhere? Oh, yeah, there it is. Gotta exit. Abort mission. Ah, shit, I can't go that way.
Got a little bit of mustard juice because I kind of forgot to
Alright,
shake it up, but there you go.
thanks. I'm gonna place this here. Ah, damn, you moved your burger.
They said anything noteworthy? Vlad sucks at entertaining people. JK, you're good.
Yes, but you're more than willing
To Vlad.
But if you're...
But if you're more willing to, Vlad, do you think you could pick me up tomorrow if my paycheck doesn't come?
yeah, I guess I can.
Oh, yeah. You're doing this tomorrow for Chris's party little thing, right? Goya! Man.
Hi.
That
Shit,
man.
shit, how did I miss with a shotgun?
That man did not have good luck with that.
He didn't have good luck with me either. Oh, so that's what that button was for. Okay. Gotta go press the button again.
Necessary.
Very.
Okay, and when I do end up getting paid, I'll throw some gas money your way or fill your tank up. And it's not far. You can just take me to the back roads instead of the highway. It's like 5 minutes more, but it's a short distance.
Alright. Well, you'd have to send me your address or something through Facebook or something.
Turn around, walk away, below town. That would have been the smart thing to do. Guess I wasn't that smart. Those tenement buildings are a seedy hangout for all kinds of sleaze. A liquor store, a pawn shop, a laundromat full of mobster bookies and loan sharks. The list went on. The how and why it was a mystery.
They feel pretty good.
They knew I was a cop. They knew I was coming. They were going to be real trigger happy about it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how they were coming out because he didn't have much idea what he was doing with it.
Alarm went off, turned snow.
He came out good though.
A pillar of fire lifted the remains of the car straight up into the air. The flames were highlighted on the hood of the black Mercedes-Benz as it coasted down the street real slow, as if the driver didn't have a worry in the world. I got a good look at the man riding shotgun. It was Vladimir, the head of the local Russian mob, flying top Punchinello's soup.
Yeah, he said it well.
The sound of the mob were waged.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Okay, there's license plate.
Vodka.
Whenever I have to renew my license plates or whatever for my car,
Ooh, that was close.
and now I can't go this way. Whenever I have to renew my license plates or whatever for my car, I want to have custom ones for, let's say, like vodka or something. I'm gonna have to go in there soon.
Inside the closest slum building, it was a lucky break. The goons inside were spooked. The luck always came with a price tag. More bombs could still be ticking inside, and the cops would already be on their way. Jack Levino's suite was on the top floor. At least it used to be, before the explosive makeover.
Girls. that. Anything else for the taking here? So what gifts does this van have? Just a shotgun. One of my playthroughs through this game, I got a grenade thrown into my face and just happened to shoot dodge backwards just in time before it blew up. And
Wow.
I mean, I still took some damage from it, but...
It's one of those moments.
Whee. The first game doesn't really have the physics thing to it, but in the second game you can actually jump onto people and kick them down and they actually fall over.
Huh. Ben just got home.
One thing in the second game is they actually make use of that. Is there's one point where you don't have any of your weapons. And then you actually have to get into a gunfight. And one thing you have to do is jump onto somebody and knock them down, pick up a guard's handgun that they killed, and then make use of that. But you only get like maybe 10 rounds for it, so you gotta... It's kind of a tough start there. This game has something similar to that, where you get beaten with a baseball bat upside the head, and then you loosen yourself out of the binding chair, and then you have to run around and beat people with running around with shotguns and stuff.
But yeah, Ben's about to play Destiny as he moderates the chat.
He's important later in the story.
I had a few minutes while the SWAT team would go through their usual routine. By the time they busted in, I needed to be long gone.
That guy kind of looks like a larger version of your dad. At least with the amount of graphics they have into.
Everything's exploding.
I needed a key to get past the locked door.
S'mores here.
Someone has left a letter on the counter.
Sup, bruh?
Building is exploding, but I have time to read a letter.
Suddenly it all made sense. The bombs, the Russian mob boss making an appearance in person. Magneto was his usual self. All talk and no walk.
After I hit, the Russian has only a couple of guns left, and they could be fought. There's no freaking way he has the guts to try anything after that.
As it turned out, the Russian had plenty of guts. One thing you could count on, you push a man too far, and sooner or later he'd start pushing back. There was a key on the shelf.
S'mores like, what kind of graphics are those? This is a PS2 game that has been remastered into a PS4 game. That still looks like a PS2 game.
I don't think they were here for the explanation.
Yeah.
But basically, when this game was
It's
released...
basically a PS4 port of a PS2 game.
When this game came out, the PS2 had the worst graphics for it, because
yeah, this
the
game
console wasn't strong enough to handle what
Yeah.
the game had.
Yeah, this game was actually pretty low budget.
It was it was relatively low budget for its time, and obviously successful because there are 3 of them. We might actually, depending on how things go, we might actually eventually get around to streaming all of them. Can I make it? Yes, I made it.
It's more like, this looks like Ghetto Splinter Cell. I've actually never played Splinter Cell, but I've wanted to. Best kind of graphics, 10 out of 10, says John. You ever played Splinter Cell games?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I might have tried it like years ago, but
I never played one. I have Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell on my computer because I got it with a Uplay while they were doing that promotion. But yeah, still have yet to get to it.
I gotta run to the bathroom. You can try this a little bit.
Oh great! I have no idea how to play this game.
The left one is to move around. The right one is to look around.
Everything is weird. Up goes down, down goes up.
R1 is to shoot. L1 is to go into the shoot dodge. L2 is bullet time. R2 is to jump.
So disorienting. I never said you were gay, so I don't know what you're talking about some more. How's it going, Dad? This is very disorienting to play because I am not used to anything that goes on right here. Hello? Ooh, rats. Can I kill the rats? Oh.
Nope.
Wow, rats
Super
are
rat.
indestructible.
To get to the roof, I need to get to the elevator through the locked door up ahead.
Oh, up, down, down, left, right, BAs. Square!
That's how you open the locked elevator.
Hello?
Come on, open the door. Unlock it.
It's a delivery.
Never seen you before. Hands off, Joker.
You need the secret passcode key.
Mm-hmm. Hello?
You're a good whistler, Corey.
Oh. Pushing all the buttons to do things, and I don't think it's working too well. Hi.
You don't want to shoot those guys. Was that like a Matrix thing? You shot like 3 guys with 1 bullet?
Yeah.
That's it.
How do I switch guns? I don't know how to do anything. Oh, there we go.
That's the rat.
Hi.
I love how the guy at the table does not give a shit that your people are having a shootout right behind him.
Yep. Does not care at all.
Uh-oh. Now what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna jump. Eh. I did very good. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting up there. Look, the door. Hello?
Don't shoot.
You're the clowns at the laundry.
But shooting is all I know how to do.
You're no good to me then.
What? No, the laundry. Yeah, I know, yeah.
Get me in there.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, so now he's gonna let me in.
What, that door
I
downstairs?
found the guy that'll let me into the place. I have
See?
no idea how to do anything.
You
Take
gotta
the
go-
controller away from me
don't you
before I break something.
Don't you gotta go back downstairs to the door where the guy wouldn't let you in? That haven't let you in. Hey, it's my seat.
I was co-piloting. Nice. Probably more entertaining than Corey.
I don't know how to do anything in this game, so I was very bad at everything I was doing.
How many times did you die?
I didn't die. I killed a few guys getting up here, though. John says tell your dad he needs to be an actor. I'll gladly watch all of his movies. You need to remake Get Smart and have your dad play as the main character. Replace Steve Carell for your dad. Smart's like, I'm sorry, but these graphics are so ass.
I know. But then again, with all the PS4 games out there nowadays, it's difficult to enjoy a game like this.
Yeah. Once you've spoiled yourself with amazing graphics from, like, Destiny and stuff like that,
Open up. Let me in quick.
it's hard to appreciate older times.
I remember I used to really love the game Age of Empires, like the first and second one, but the graphics are like late 90s. So I was playing it one time. It's like I like this game, but I just can't play it. So I turned it off at that point and played something else. Oh hi.
Thank you.
Here's another Easter egg. Like earlier in Roscoe Street Station, if you throw a grenade into one of the little holes in the wall, the rats would actually have guns.
Yeah, S'more's like, I'm sorry, it's just my generation doesn't like bad graphics. He didn't grow up with the PS2, that's why. We grew up with the stuff like the PS2, so we were used to it. Yeah, John is old enough to drink, so he's like 20-something now.
Hi. Ah, shit, I'm not. Oh, I still got him, I'm surprised.
He burned to the ground.
I roasted him too hard.
Smells like Santa, is that you?
New York City is in crisis tonight, with reports of Valkyrie-related gang war in the streets of the Bronx. Apparently, Matt
There are games for old consoles that are amazing.
Yeah.
Special agent earlier tonight is waging a one-man war against his
This is honestly my favorite Max Payne game. I've played the first one and the second one. I played a little bit of the third one, but I didn't get through much of it.
and a suspect for several murders in the Chicago area. The NYPD has been placed on full alert. A citywide APB has been put out on mass.
What does APB mean?
APB?
Promised to
Yeah.
take whatever steps necessary to bring him to justice. What those steps may be remains to be seen. For NYC and
I'm not sure, actually.
this is Sierra Silver.
Search up APB. Yes, that is what I wanted to do. I know.
You need to log on to the vault first. Which one?
Oh, great.
Search up APB.
Ah, shit.
Yes, that is exactly what I wanted to do. I'm gonna do it myself because you're incompetent. I'm sorry, Bixby, but you just are. APB. Also, S'mores is like, so I even hate the black and white movies. They suck. Some black and white movies are like really good. Like even stuff like The Twilight Zone. That was like really good back in the day.
Yeah. Casablanca was pretty good.
I haven't watched many black and white movies, but I've watched old movies.
There's
before.
one black and white movie that was just Rosebud. That was trash. Even if it wasn't black and white, that movie is trash. But in my RTV class, we had to watch it because it's considered one of the greatest movie in all time for one reason.
Why?
That was the first time in history they used a zoom lens in the camera.
Oh wow. Critical fail. Oh, did he say something, John? Santa no put me on the good list.
Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
I gotta have good graphics. Come on now, it's 2017. We don't got time for them shitty graphics.
This game is from 2001. It's probably older than half the viewers.
True. I mean, we have a very young audience. Was it actually 2001? That is, yeah, 16 years ago. It is older than him.
Shit, the door's locked.
This game is actually older than some of our viewers. It's kind of funny.
Corey, the door is locked. I can't get in. I can't get through this area.
Crap.
Ah well, back. I have to go home now.
No, I'm a good boy. Rebooting Windows. Windows shutting down. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Well, it was a American drama series. For one. Dictionary definition. The definition APB is an abbreviation for All Points Bulletin, which is a notification among police agencies about a wanted person. Usually describe the suspect and provide directions regarding the apprehension. So that's what that means.
Alright. Oh shit, the series is blown off.
Santa, can I ask for an early gift?
This bird is kind of funny.
But yeah. I grew up with the PS2 and like N64, so I'm used to those kind of games too.
N64 was the first console I had. And then
that was mine too.
Oh, PS2
and then I got a GameCube too.
Just the man I've been killing to see.
Ah, literally.
Oh, S'more's like, Santa, can I have an early gift? I want 5 naked strippers with nice tits, okay? I'm a good boy, okay, Santa?
I mean, like China fat.
Oh, S'mores has a GameCube. What is the oldest console that you own, S'more? I'm curious. Because apparently he can't handle PS2 graphics, but he can handle GameCube graphics. GameCube graphics aren't that bad, honestly, though. They're probably just as decent as this, honestly.
I know that I think GameCube had Resident Evil 4, if I'm correct. Because I know one of my friends had it for GameCube.
Just the other night, he shot Dino because he wanted to see what his brains looked like splattered on the wall. He's a freaking mad dog. We're running out of men and business fast.
Got maybe had been living in mortal fear of his boss. Jack Lupino was a psycho.
Why is there always like a typical like Brooklyn man named Dino in like most media?
Then he got maybe was kind of scared. He could run for a little bullet in the stomach like a broken bottle of Tabasco. He was quickly running out of time. He knew where his boss was.
I hate this part.
Things up with Jack Lupino. Got maybe would be moving fast. I don't know.
Oh, you gotta go fast.
But his fear of the kids.
You gotta go fast like Sonic.
If this part of the game had, what's it called, a time limit, I'd probably rage quit.
What is that thing in the middle of the screen?
Ah, shit. God damn it.
Is that like your detection rate or something?
My what?
Is that like your detection rate or something? That little thing that was in the middle of the screen?
Oh, what are you talking
That
about?
white dot right there.
Oh, that's the trigger dot. Where
Ah.
you shoot.
Okay. I thought I saw it moving around, so. For GameCube, I have Shrek 2, Mario Kart, Harry Potter, Monkey Game. I have a Wii. The Wii had decent graphics. It's just most of the games on it were bad. Oh, S'more doesn't know what a SNES is. I never owned a SNES, but I love some of the games on it still. That is a Super Nintendo Entertainment System. That is back in like very, very old times. I'm gonna search up when it came out, because I'm curious now.
Dumbass is waiting for me over there. You see him?
SNES. Thank you. That is exactly what I said.
He knew where his boss was, and I wanted to square things up with Jack and Payne. Doug 80 would be moving fast. I don't know about Angels.
He has a Nintendo, the old one. Can you tell me what the name of it is, S'more? I don't know the old Nintendo thing. If you're talking about the NES, that is like the oldest Nintendo system ever, because it's literally the Nintendo Entertainment System. The one that's like a GameCube. You mean the GameCube? The Nintendo GameCube? I don't know what else you're trying to tell me here, S'more. Alright, SNES. You can still find them too. You can find a used SNES on eBay for about like $55.
I glitched through that train for a second there.
ColecoVision, Commodore 64, and Television. Oh, those are really old. I haven't even heard about those things.
One of my friends was telling me how his dad basically stayed up all night one day because he was trying to finish this one game. And on the system that was so old it didn't even have a saving feature. So he actually spent almost all night playing the game so he could get to the end.
So yeah, you mean the NES, the Super Nintendo, the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. That is the first Nintendo console. You have one, all right. So you
have the original Nintendo, but then you complain about these graphics.
You see, the thing is, these graphics, this is basically, yeah, these graphics are basically GameCube era, honestly. And he has a GameCube too, so.
This part is a pain in the ass.
Oh, and the Atari. Yeah, I heard my mom was like, she always loved the Atari. Don't stop. Alright. So let's see. SNES, 16-bit home game console. Oh, remember the times of 16-bit? That was it was released in 1991. It's literally 26 years old.
Imagine playing this game in like
21 years old.
And imagine trying to play this game in like 8-bit.
The thing came out 26 years ago.
Ah, shit.
My god.
Don't fall off. Shit. Okay, I didn't fall off. That's a good thing.
I don't use it. It's in the closet somewhere. And I have a DS. Ooh.
It's in the closet where you belong.
You see, that's the thing too. I like pixel graphics. So I'm used to those kind of things too. Like SNES, NES era kind of stuff. I like those kind of graphics. And there's games nowadays that still use pixel graphics too, and I love them. All the nostalgia is hitting us right now. Oh, S'more, you ever own an Xbox? Like, I mean, the original Xbox, not the 360. I used to have one of those. I used to have two, because I played with my brother And the one game that we always played on it was Halo Combat Revolved. Because we had the system link going with it, so we could do multiplayer. That was the first use of multiplayer, really, was that Halo game. The very first Halo game. System link was like revolutionary for multiplayer. Back in the day, we had to fight the dinosaurs to get to play games, says Dad. I was in the beta for Xbox Live, says my dad. Yeah. He does have the first Xbox. All black, no wireless controller. It says Xbox in the front in green. Nice. Yeah, that thing is pretty old too. That's like in the 2000s. I think, yeah, that was roughly at the same time the PS2 came out, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
those had the same graphics.
I do want to get a PlayStation 1 and a couple games for it. Just mainly so I can say I have all the PlayStations that were released.
I'm gonna find out Xbox.
Your DS is on low battery, you might want to plug it in.
I'm gonna just turn it off. Oh god, 3D is all the way up. I forgot I left it on all day today. Stop. Alright. 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 Wikipedia. Tell me. I had Call of Duty 2 for it, like the second Call of Duty. That was... yeah, that was around this time, wasn't it?
Yeah. I have the third Call of Duty.
We played these when you were still in the crib, or just learning how to walk. Alright, let's see. Xbox. The original Xbox. The original device, the first video game console offered by an American company after the Atari Jaguar stopped in sales. Oh, that's actually an interesting fact. I never knew about that.
One game that was a really good game was Destroy All Humans, but it was released around the same time that Halo was released. So, like Halo 2, I think. So at that point, it was overshadowed. It's a really great game, but it's overshadowed by Halo, and it didn't get the recognition it deserved.
So the first Xbox, yeah, came out in 2001. It was the same era as the PS2. I had Halo, the first Halo. Yeah, again, me and my brother always used to play the first Halo because we had two Xboxes and we did the system link with it. It was the best thing ever. First Halo was really great. The Bungie sold their game, it's kind of shit. Well, I mean, the new Halo games are made by 343. They're not by Bungie anymore. Bungie's currently doing Destiny. Also, can I just point out the fact that the Xbox 360 was released in 2005, and it still holds up to like as a good gaming console. The Xbox 360 had like the longest lifespan of like almost any console I could think of.
PS2 holds its ground for a very long time. But I think they just started discontinuing it. Like they stopped making it around the time where the PS3 was kind of still kind of in its prime, kind of slowly beginning to live out its prime days. And then the PS4 came out, and then officially PS2 died because there were some online games you could play with other people, which the final online servers were shut down.
So yeah, but yeah, I also like to point out too, yeah, with the Xbox 360, like it came out 2005, and then they released Xbox One on wait a minute. Yeah, Xbox One was released 21 March still. It was released in about 2014. Released on May 20. It was revealed on the 2013, but I think it was actually released 2014. So they didn't need a new Xbox console for like 8 or 9 years. That thing lasted about 8 years. It's kind of crazy.
Personally, I'm more of a PlayStation fan, but I do give credit to Xbox for being able to last that long.
Yeah, that console at that time actually was kind of a little bit of advanced for its time, because it lasted so long without needing any upgrades really. The only upgrades they added were more storage and a slimmer look.
I don't know if it was actually better than the PS2, but it definitely gave the PS2 a run for its money. Because, I mean, I kind of have a biased opinion on it, but Xbox, regardless, gave PlayStation a run for its money at that time.
Also, I'm sorry to say more, but I agree with John on the point that in order to fully critique and say that you don't like a game, you need to actually play it yourself. Because then you'll know for yourself what it's like.
What is he talking shit about this game?
He's talking shit about Destiny.
Oh.
Because Bungie's name came up, you know.
Yeah, I agree. I personally don't really think that Destiny looks all that great. It's honestly another fancy Call of Duty. But I do want to play it to actually experience it for myself. So
yeah, S'more came up with a very interesting debate. Xbox and PlayStation, basically the same shit, except one has shapes in the controller and then one has letters.
True.
I mean, of course, yes, there were exclusives to the things, but the way that the controllers were designed, they were very similar.
And of course,
the only difference really was that the Xbox had the stick up here, and the other right stick down here, where the PlayStation had them both in the same row. Which honestly, I like how PlayStation controllers feel more than Xbox controllers. This is me. But I like how the PlayStation handles games more than the Xbox. I just like the feel of it more. And also I've been more of a PS3, PS4 user than I have an Xbox user. So that's just my personal thought on it. Was Xbox made first? They might have been.
I really didn't hear what you just said because I was focusing on not dying just now.
Ran out of steam in a dead-end alley with steam boiling out of the sewer grates like all the fires of hell were burning high beneath us. It was shakedown time.
Let's see. Oh yeah, the Xbox brand itself, it came out in 2001. When did the PlayStation brand come out? Let's see.
I rate pretty high on that. Just keep telling yourself that. Listen good, Candyman. I'm not gonna be anybody's fall back. I want to know where your boss is hiding. There was no glory in this. I hadn't asked for this crap. Trouble would come to me.
If it wasn't for PlayStation, Xbox wouldn't be where it is now. PlayStation helped Microsoft with the name, the system, the controllers, even the financing.
I was not one of them. I was no hero.
Yeah, back in the day, PlayStation and Microsoft actually used to help each other out a lot. Especially because they're both like, you know, rising video game developers, and then they eventually just came to a point where they became rivals.
A good rivalry is good for both sides, honestly. They started making it big, and they started competing
because they started making exclusives.
Yeah.
Instead of, you know, working together with the same kind of games.
Kind of like in Naruto, Kakashi and Might Guy. They're pretty good friends, but they're also rivals.
Yeah. Eventually, a video game company is going to get to a point where it can't help its competition because it needs to have something that sets it apart from everyone else.
Yeah.
Especially when, like S'more said before, when the game's controllers and how they play themselves are so similar.
Like, if me and you created video game companies, I mean, I wouldn't have a problem with a good rivalry.
But yeah, S'more, that's the thing too. It's all about personal preference, really. Some people like Sony, and some people like Microsoft. It's just their thing. They could be potentially just the same thing, really, but it's just how people perceive either the brand, and it's how people perceive how they play. It's not really necessarily even about what's cheaper on which console. That could be a deciding factor, but it's not always the case.
Use the shotgun for a bit. Some long ammunition for everything else.
Alright, can I find out when the PlayStation first came out? Here you are. I guess I could see that. So John brings up the fact that if you want good graphics and good multiplayer, you play Xbox games. If you want good stories and better gameplay, you get a PlayStation. I could kind of see it, and I'm kind of that way too. I do like games with stories and gameplay that are really more the focus.
Yeah.
But they do make games for both consoles, so just some of the exclusives do lean toward one or the other too. Also,
there were a few games back in the day that I really wanted, but they were Xbox exclusives, and that disappointed me.
But yeah, to prove John's point right, PlayStation did come first because the Sony brand itself came out in 1994.
Remember that story about the grenade I was telling? This is where it happened.
Nice. So yeah, a whole 7 years before Xbox even came into the competition. It's funny too because the PS1. Oh yeah, the PS1 lasted about 6 years before 2000 when they released the PS2.
One thing that helped.
It was the PlayStation 2, the best-selling home console to date, having reached over 155 million units sold as of 2012.
One thing that really helped PlayStation 2 is GTA 3.
Yeah.
Because it was holy shit 3D graphics. At the time, it was holy shit. You can actually make games like this.
Because honestly, also with what PlayStation did, they brought 3D gaming. Besides Nintendo, they helped bring 3D gaming into the market, really. Because they started making 3D games on the PlayStation, and they looked pretty well. And then the PlayStation 2, it's basically just a better version of the PlayStation 1.
Yeah. And
because they improved upon everything that they did with the first one.
Grand Theft Auto 3.
Kingdom Hearts, yes, that was also a big seller for PS2.
Yeah.
The Kingdom Hearts series, because the first and the second game came out for the PS2.
I think that Rockstar and Sony actually kind of cooperated together for GTA 3, and they made the big bucks with it. There was one company I remember that they had an idea, Rockstar and some other company. They were gonna make a game system where it had a port for cartridges and it had a port for CDs. But the other company said, you know what? We don't think that CD-based games will be successful. So they backed out of it. So Sony said that we're still doing the what's it called? We're still doing the CD-based stuff, and that caught like wildfire. People really enjoyed that. So it took up significantly less space. And the other company, they suffered for quite a while before I think maybe going bankrupt or something.
But I think that's the other thing too, is the whole marketing concept too, because Xbox pulled a couple good things with their marketing, with how they did their consoles and how they released some of the things, especially when the first Xbox One came out. It was basically could have been a failure if they didn't fix most of the things that they did. And then PlayStation helped call them out on that, and they basically helped steal most of the market at that time. The PlayStation people know how to be pretty snarky.
I
with
was
their...
pretty loyal Xbox when it first came out.
Mhm.
They kind of blew it when they didn't put the Blu-ray in their first machine, and they made that HD, whatever it was. It didn't. The other competitor, the Blu-ray that never came out. The PS3 was the first one with Blu-ray, or the first PlayStation with Blu-ray.
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, fuck me. I mean, this part. It was like one had like a CD in it, and the other one had HD something in it.
But yeah, also S'more says, in my opinion, Red Dead Redemption's best game.
Red Dead Redemption was a fun game. The second one is coming out. I'm pre-ordering the shit out of that.
Yeah.
If they have like a gold or platinum edition, I'm probably getting that. You think Red Dead's gonna have the same main character, or is it gonna be somebody new? They're gonna have characters from the first game, but you play as the two of the side characters from the first game, Irish and Seth, when they were younger. And then, from what I heard, you actually get to create your own character for it as well. And another cool thing is that you actually get to meet a younger John Marston.
But yeah, shit. S'more's like, yeah, I'm also gonna pre-order Red Dead 2 also. Also, he's like, yeah, because no one wanted to buy Xbox One. Xbox 360 was good enough. Well, I mean, Xbox One had a lot of good qualities to it. It's just that when it was first released and announced, there was a lot of things that there's a lot of different things that they did that a lot of people didn't like about the console. Like the fact that you could only share games with like a few amount of friends over like a download and stuff like that. He can have them like try it out basically. And that was something that Sony caught him up on too, because they basically made a snarky video in response to it where they're just like, here's how you share playing games on the PS4. Just take this game, give it to another friend, and they go, thanks! That was the best thing ever. But yeah, then they eventually did fix that. And then there was also a point where the Xbox people were just like, we're gonna make it so you have to be online at all times to play any of your games. A lot of people didn't like that. And that's another thing that they changed almost right away. That's
if you're boxing, you're basically taking a hard punch to the gut. You're doing the punches to yourself at that point.
That's why they did backwards compatibility from Xbox One to Xbox 360. Oh yeah, that is a good point. That's the other thing too, is that the whole backwards compatibility thing too. Where it's like, if you don't want to buy a new console, you can still play games on the old console. But they kind of do stress the fact that you should play on the newer console because it has the better gaming experience. Which it ultimately kind of will, because it has better graphics and better performance rates.
Is John still watching?
Yeah. Also, John, if you can tell me
how you
what
play
the
guitar.
hell, I never actually heard about Project Morpheus. That was something I never heard about. So yeah, tell me about that, because I never heard about that. I know Project Scorpio was a thing with Xbox, and they released it as the Xbox One X. But I don't know what PlayStation's going to be doing next. I thought the PS4 is going to be lasting a while. How long did the PS4 come out for? I know the PS4's been out for a while, but it still seems like it controls really well. Of course, it's not, Xbox One X kind of things, because it's it doesn't have 4K. Well, actually, they have something like that, don't they? They have PS4 Pro, right?
Yeah.
That's basically their version of the Xbox One X, because it's 4K, 180p, 60 frames per second, 10 teraflops. Still love that word. Sierra's here. I miss the days when we didn't need to buy a membership to pay online to play on with others. Yeah, I remember that too. I had an Xbox Gold membership for the longest time, but yeah, I kind of need it. Also, again, the PlayStation membership too. They changed it so you have to have PS Plus to play with other people. Nintendo's now switching over too, which I hate. I kind of hate that fact too, because I honestly love the Miiverse and the Nintendo Network thing. It's a cool system, but now you're gonna have to pay for it. Can I link to buy them? Honestly, Xbox will have literally nothing on PlayStation. Have you seen the movie Gamer? I don't think so. But yeah, tell me about the Morpheus, because I've never heard about that. I actually might look it up. Best movie: The Matrix Reloaded, and The Matrix Revolution.
I used to have one of the Matrix games for PS2.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sierra.
It's actually pretty cool.
Not Nintendo. Alright, Morpheus. I'm curious about this.
The backstage area led to Lupino's inner sanctum. The hot air inside was like an invisible
Of course, it's a they use a name of a Greek god. I got Morpheus
This was the
PS4.
rotten core of the Big Apple. Lupino lurked somewhere ahead, like a spider at the center of his web, waiting. The vapors in the air started to make my head swim. Torn pieces of a letter lay scattered on the sofa.
Oh no, I have seen Gamer. PlayStation's gonna be like that, full body movement, all like if you go underwater, your character will swim like you do. Interesting. So, oh yeah, so it's VR. Yeah. Again, I honestly think that VR could be the future of gaming. It could be.
Yeah.
It's the next big step in like what they could do. But the only thing is, how many people are gonna get behind that idea? That your body is now the controller. You don't have that controller anymore in your hands.
You know Sword Art Online?
Yeah.
I remember watching a creepypasta that was basically that, where this company was developed a few games, and had to have like test subjects for the video game, and it ended up being a complete and utter failure. But basically, what they did was they put something on the person's head, and you'd fall asleep, and then basically put your consciousness into the game.
Yeah.
Where you kind of like a fully decked out VR system. And it seems like a really cool concept. I would actually, if it put me into the actual game, I would definitely play it.
What do you think about the issue, Dad? The whole thing of VR going to be the future of gaming, basically.
It's a long way off.
They're definitely like working into it, but I think the capabilities to do VR correctly, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything close to it until like a couple more years in the future.
I think it's a cool concept, but they're far off from getting it right.
Yeah. I appreciate the fact that they're working on it, but I'm not sure if it's going to be there just yet.
You really be able to handle having that thing that's strapped to your head. You got to have it really calibrated to where exactly your eyes are, focusing right on the right part of the screen. And it's too hard to get a generic setup for for everybody.
So yeah, here's also the thing, S'more. We would love to do a live stream of a VR game. The only fact is, we need a high-powered console to even run the damn thing, and we need to figure out a way to actually stream it. And we also need to invest a lot of money it is to buy the actual VR stuff itself. And right now, we are currently not in a position to do that. So, sorry.
I had to Google Cardboard.
Cardboard is the closest thing we're gonna get.
It sucked. It was interesting, but
Honestly, what I like for them to experiment more with is AR gaming.
AR would be better.
Because I would love...
Which is what exactly?
Augmented reality. So basically, a virtual space exists in a physical plane. So like, you can... If you've seen things from the 3DS and stuff, basically they experimented a little bit with that, where you place a card on the table, you point your camera at it, and it brings up a little thing on the screen right where like it's supposed to be.
Where I think that's going is you're going to have you're
going to have a projector.
A ceiling projector that projects down on your table. and then you'd be playing basic board games and 3D games and even games like you're playing now on a table projected down in front of you.
I think that should be the thing that they go for, because that augmented reality, that would be like the best way to play games, honestly. It's just to see it fully in front of you in a 3D space.
Play Dungeons and Dragons and someone on the other side of the table could just grab the table and twist it and it would turn it around and orient it. So
you could make digital board games. That's the thing. That would be the greatest thing ever. You could make digital board games.
Mine.
I have tasted the flesh of fallen angels.
Yeah.
You're on drugs.
Sierra also agrees it would be so cool.
I've tasted a devil's green blood.
You gotta eat a lot of
Runs
stuff.
in my veins. I've seen beyond the world of skin, the architecture of blood and bow and arrow. Death is coming. She is coming, and hell follows with her. This is the twilight winter.
I wonder how much this guy got paid to take a couple pictures from being weird.
Uh-huh.
Her time is now, and all who stand in her way must die.
He's high on Valkyrie. The story behind Valkyrie, if you haven't heard, the military was trying to invent a good drug to basically make soldiers stronger, but it ended up being a complete failure, and the majority of people who ended up using Valkyrie ended up like this guy, going psycho.
You ever heard of a movie called Jacob's Ladder?
I don't think so.
It's what it's about. The military used a special drug to try to make super soldiers and it just freaked everybody out.
Like a few people actually were able, like in the military, only like 1% of the soldiers who used it worked for them, but the rest of them just went psycho.
See, also, John, here's the thing. I'm not sure if Project Morbius will like completely wipe the floor with Microsoft and be like the greatest thing to come to gaming. To me, with VR, it's either going to be really good or it's going to be very bad. There's going to be no in between with it. It's either going to work out very well and people are actually going to get behind it, or people are not going to get behind it at all and it'll be a commercial failure.
You can check out my credentials splattered all over this joint.
Because I'm not sure how keen the idea of VR is going to be to most current gamers.
After the same slime bag. Angelo Cuccinello's the one who murdered your friend, framed you with it.
You know this for a fact.
I've got my sources.
I don't have a clue these days. I just shoot as they come. You put a contract on the Archfiend.
This one's mine.
Yeah, where VR can be useful is if you and your missus are sitting in the living room and you both want to watch a different TV show, you put on headphones, put on your VR, and she switches to one channel, you switch to the other channel, you watch your own channel.
That would be actually pretty cool.
See, the one thing I like about VR, which is something that one of my favorite YouTubers, I'm going to give a shout out to him because I love him, Matt Pat from Game Theories and stuff like that. One of the things I love that he did was the fact on his Game Lab, he actually did a 360 VR experience with his videos. So he could bring his audience into the same like sets and things that he was doing on the actual show itself, so they could see what he was like while they were there. That's one of the things that I think VR could go to.
I think what would be cool too is if like
putting yourself in a virtual experience like
you and four
that.
of your friends want to play a multiplayer, 3-person cooperative shooting game. You can't do it on the screen and chunk it up into 8 pieces, but if you all had your own VR helmet, you could all be watching your own thing and be sitting in the same room bullshitting and talking strategy while you're all seeing your own POV of what your guy's doing and where he's at.
I really
That
hate
would be
this
cool.
part.
Without having to have a huge screen in front of each person.
You got drugged with Valkyrie. This is the point of this
I
night.
could-
Oh, you're tripping.
That's at least the one thing I could see VR going to, is I could see it replacing television in a way. Because at that point, you would have your own personal screen right in front of your eyes.
But you have to carry. You still have to carry around the goggles with you and pop them on. Whew. Trippy.
That's why I've been working on it for a long time, because they wanted to perfect it. That's why I didn't say much about it. Yeah. Hopefully they do perfect it, because I like for them to. Also, yeah, so while we were talking about this too, I looked up a little bit of AR gaming. You know one of the games today that have done a little bit with AR? Pokemon Go. Because you can have your camera work in a way where you can see Pokemon in a virtual space. Or in your physical space.
Shit.
And you can throw Pokeballs at them to try to capture them and everything. Honestly, though, Nintendo hit this. That's one of the main reasons why I love Nintendo, is because they keep constantly experimenting with different things to see how they work. Because they tried augmented reality. I'm pretty sure they're the first ones to really go for it. But yeah, you know also what I think of when I think of augmented reality? Back in those Star Wars movies when they had that little game they played on the Millennium Falcon. You remember that?
I only watched one of the movies.
There's a little game they play on the Millennium Falcon where they had like little creatures like projected from the board and they were fighting and stuff on there like that. There's also been things in like video game type of movies. Like I remember in Video Game High School they had something kind of like that too, where they had a fighting game going on that was basically projected out like that, and all the characters that fought were life size.
I don't even know where the fuck I'm going anymore.
So Source is the game that we're playing. So reminds me of Slender.
Dad made some popcorn if you want the rest of it.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Should have known when we found you snoring next to Lupino's corpse. Look at me.
The pictures were filled with good old times. Alex and I had a few moments of glory between us. Crime-fighting comrades.
Yeah. I don't know if I would say that Microsoft's doing like bad. They're definitely not doing as well as PS4, but I think they still got a good amount of people behind them.
Michelle looked at me for the photo.
I mean, me personally, I'm not gonna get an Xbox One or Xbox One X anytime soon. Because there's not much for it I want. This is my thing. I'd rather get things for my PS4 than I would buy another console and get all the things for Xbox One. That's just how I am.
Fearless rusty needles poking in my brain. Cold scale that slithered down my chest.
Oh, great. So Corey, want to do this part?
It's cartoons. Captain Baseball backwards, my favorite.
This sounds creepy. I'm guessing that beam is very small.
Yeah, the pathway to walk on it is very narrow.
Man. Whoa! You jump high!
It's kind of because you're in a dream.
Oh, I see.
Oh, this is freaking dead end.
This is very strange, just hearing the same sound file over and over again.
Shit.
Yeah, that's a good point, John.
What do you say?
You should be wanting to get an Xbox, you should be wanting to play the new games they have, but you don't, and that's the problem that they're having. I'm not sure if it's just a marketing thing that they're having, or if it's literally just there's just something that they have that they don't have that that doesn't set them apart enough from PS4 for people to want to switch over to them.
Well, we've completed like a third of the game in like 2 hours, so...
Damn.
It's the prologue to part 2.
Alright, I'm looking up an article now to see, like, what the good differences between Xbox One and Xbox One X and the PS4 are. Actually, screw it. Let's do it that way. Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro. Alright. Which is the best 4K console?
The Third Reich.
Xer's like, please for the love of God, get out of this area. It sounds so disturbing.
I'm doing my best. I don't want to be here either.
Who cares if they don't make consoles anymore? People need to start going outside and stop sitting on their asses playing 24/7.
Who said that?
S'more. That's also why I think AR gaming would be a good thing, because in a way, it could get people to go out more and see the real world and play around with the real world digitally. Then
there's one book I remember reading.
VR, if anything, is actually making us stay inside more. If you think about it.
I remember reading this book back in high school, like 9th grade. Shit, almost fell there. And I'm almost at the end too. There's a book I remember reading, The Clone Codes. Basically, the concept of the main story was that people figured out cloning, but clones could only live for about 12 to 13 years, because there's like when they started going, because every person at a certain age goes through puberty. Now the problem with the clones is, with one thing they were trying to, the scientists were trying to figure out, was the clones were dying because of it. Like there's all those chemicals being released, the clone bodies couldn't handle it. So,
man, I'll be hating having this dream right now.
So the clones could only live about 12 to 13 years. But one thing that was in the book was just like a VR thing that it put you into like a dream, and one of the characters, the main character's mom, wrote a book of how basically doing that was the equivalent of actually being the present in that situation and actually running around. So one of the VR games you could do is run around and free slaves and stuff. That was one of the games. And that had the same effect of actually running around outside. Like it got your heart rate moving and all that stuff.
Alright, so yeah, S'more's just like, humans have ruined the earth, since that's why God sends hurricanes. Damn. We ruined the earth with cars littering oil spills and everything.
You killed her!
S'more's getting deep. Also, what's the fact that you want to tell me, S'more? What, right now, John? Alright, let's see.
Pick what?
At this very moment, would you rather have a PS4 or an Xbox One?
PS4.
I'd rather have a PS4 also. And would you rather have an Xbox One or an Xbox 360?
Bad dream. My head felt 2 sizes too small for my brain.
Max Payne.
I'll probably go with Xbox 360. Well, then again, there is GTA 5. So maybe simply for that matter, for some of the new games that I really like, maybe.
I would... Well, I mean, in a way, I only like my Xbox 360 because it has a lot more games at the moment. And it was the only thing I could play Guitar Hero on because I only had the controllers for that console. But I probably would get the Xbox One if anything, and then I'd rather move all my music games to my PS4 if I could. That's an ideal situation, though.
Watch cartoons. Cartoon violence is a fascinating thing. Let's take a break. I need to take a
Also, I'm not sure if it'd be worth getting an Xbox One if I already have a PS4, because it's basically, they're in the same kind of category. I probably would have an Xbox 360.
Everyone makes mistakes.
It's more getting controversial in the chat.
With the bat, he'd have cracked my skull regardless. It hadn't even been to trust a girl with a gun. I had blindly gone after the first bad guy on my hit list when I should have been aiming further up the ladder, at the head of the Punchinello family. I couldn't bring myself to be pissed at the moment, because I had a soft spot for a blue face. But when somebody decides to play baseball with your head, you tend to get sore.
This is the part where I get no guns and I have to fight my way through with a bat. And remember how I told you I was gonna be back in one place? This is the place I'm back at.
Also, I noticed another thing too with this John too. The way they marketed Xbox One, especially at the last E3,
I'd have to play hide and seek with
they made it a point where most of the 4K consoles, most of the 4K games that you could play on the Xbox One that are coming out, they're also coming on to the Windows Store, the Microsoft Windows Store. So you could play them on your computer too. You could play most of the high quality Xbox One games that would be coming out for their system on your PC. And that drives home the fact, for some people, why do I want to get an Xbox One when I can just play all my games on my computer? And the thing that they're trying to say with Xbox is you should play it on our Xbox One X because it's going to be the best console for a gaming experience because it's 4K and it runs like the best it can be at the very moment in time.
Damn. That was a bad group of people to pick a fight with. Well, I guess I'd have to take another shot. Freaking died real fast there.
The only thing is more, I'm not sure if I want to read that fact because it's controversial and also racist.
What fact?
I woke up in bed.
Or
this right here.
My head felt 2 sizes too small for my brain.
Max Payne, I envy your name.
And the killer was smiling.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Frankie the Bat Niagara.
All I had was Niagara's bat, sticky with my own blood.
Yeah. So, honestly, if you ask me, John, Microsoft needs either to work on something else with their marketing, or they just need to find something for the Xbox One X to give gamers a reason to actually buy the console. Because right now there are not many reasons. There needs to be something that the Xbox One X can do that no other console in the video game market can do.
Shit, change your guns. Shit, I didn't even have a gun, what the fuck?
Wow.
Didn't even freaking went for him so I could get his gun, but I guess, yep, there, I didn't actually even pick it up.
Yeah, I agree, S'more. That's kind of how the world is in some points, but it doesn't have to be that way. I like it. I like for things in the world to not be so. To you know, to get to a point where we don't have to be like either racist or anything like that too. I like for more people to get along.
We're all part of the same human race.
We're all part of the same human race, exactly. You can't judge a person by their skin color orientation. You only judge a person by their own actions.
That's personally what I try to do.
It's more like John, I'm not gonna lie, but Xbox crashes a lot. Xbox has been known also to release consoles that can actually crash like that, because you've all heard about the Xbox 360's Red Ring of Death, where once the console reaches that point, the console is officially dead and there's nothing you can do to save it. If you want a new one, you have to get a new one. I'm not sure if they still have that with the One, because I never played it. But what I do remember is the PS3 and the PS4, they were very good with figuring out how to not, you know, crash and basically potentially permanently damage their consoles. They've been pretty good with keeping those things under control. So I guess that's another reason that people like PlayStation a little bit more than Xbox, really. Is because they feel that PlayStation can be more reliable.
I say honestly, it kind of is.
Newspaper caption for a murder scene.
S'more says, "Why do we need to kill each other? There's no reason. There's no need for the world ruined. For it, the world's ruined. Why do people need guns? Why would someone want to make a gun? There's no need for violence."
You see, I agree with that statement, but unfortunately, because people are a bunch of dickbags, that's why guns exist.
You see, the reason that violence and disputes exist is because people will never agree with each other. No matter what you do, there's always, no matter what you think and what you do, there's always someone who will disagree with you. And there's always someone who will think differently with you. It just depends on what the person does about it.
See, personally, I'm a big fan of guns and stuff. And I do agree.
People can love...
fuck me.
People can love violent things like weapons and stuff like that. And they can be totally, you know...
Yeah, because, I mean...
Not even...
Sure, I don't need a gun. There's no reason for me to own a gun. But I want a gun. I'm gonna get a gun. Am I gonna kill anyone? I don't plan on it. But if it just so happens that I'm in a situation where I have to pull the trigger, then I will.
Again, yeah. At most points, you use weapons for self-defense. That's all you really need to use weapons for.
And we live in an area that's, at least for now, is just mostly a bunch of white people.
We do have a few crazies in our place, but nothing ever gets, you know, drastically violent around here like it does in some other parts of the world, which I feel very sad and sorry for.
Like, if for certain, in a situation where there's no violence whatsoever...
Also, I'm sorry, John, but I already read the comment, so... It's already gotten controversial and political in here.
Oh shit, he's not dead.
Is that actually a fact? I haven't heard about that.
What?
Guns are illegal in Germany?
Seriously?
I've never heard of that fact. Is that actually true?
Look it up, Corey. I kind of have a hard time believing that. Then again, there are a lot of countries out there that ban guns.
Are guns legal in Germany?
Got it. I'm searching for that.
All I had was Niagara's bat, sticky with my own blood.
As under 1928 law, citizens were required to have a permit to carry a firearm and a separate permit to acquire a firearm. But under the new law, gun restriction laws applied only to handguns, not to long guns or ammunition.
So people are still allowed to buy rifles and shotguns then, right?
Yep. They're allowed to still have them and carry them. They just have to have a permit for them.
Makes sense.
Which it makes sense, yeah.
I mean, one thing...
I mean, the last thing you want to do is have someone untrustworthy and to be carrying around a gun.
Fuck me. Sideways. I'm sick of this part. I'm not personal.
The permit is basically a registration for you knowing how to use a gun effectively and correctively.
Like, a lot of people will argue about gun laws and shit. Here's my stance on it. Second Amendment. is good, but I also think that in a way it's a little bit lacking. I personally think that some of the gun bans are stupid. I think that everybody who wants to own a gun should go through like a gun safety class or course or whatever. So a bunch of idiots don't run around not knowing how to use a gun pointed at their eyeball or something and blow their brains out. Now, what I think is basically background check first. If you pass the background check, then you take a gun class or whatever. They teach you how to use a gun.
Man, you were dying a lot in this area.
Yeah. They teach you how to use a gun, so you're not a complete fool with that shit. And then sure, go off by whatever guns you want. But I personally think that if somebody goes off to buy a gun, they should at least have education about a gun. And some restrictions I agree with, like felons or people who aren't fully competent in the head shouldn't have guns.
Sticky with my own blood.
It's more like the cops only have those batons and stick things.
I'd have to play hide and seek with them.
Honestly, yeah, no. Well, I mean, I know they have them, but I'm pretty sure almost all cops have at least some kind of firearm on them, right?
They have a taser and they have a handgun. And
because you had to have it for those emergency situations.
Yeah.
I mean, and also I would agree with the fact that maybe in some cases they shouldn't be having. I mean, if you're a cop, you deserve to have some kind of protection on you at least.
Yeah.
And I know that some cops have been known to, you know, not use them in the way that was, you know, very moral or anything, but I don't know. I'm trying to say this in a good enough way where people won't hate me. Because again, like what John said, I hate to get very controversial.
There are good guys with guns and bad guys with
There's
guns.
good guys
No matter
with
what
guns,
you,
bad guys with guns,
no
yeah.
matter what you wear, there are good guys and bad guys with guns.
Yeah, you can't blame the entire police force for stuff like that. That's about as much as I'm gonna say about that. I love how quick S'more changed topics when I was proving him wrong. Did you know back in the day in Germany you could swim in lakes, eat fruit out of trees, but you couldn't have people bring animals to places they don't belong and then populate and it's not safe. What? If you could word that more better, S'more, I'm not even sure what that really was like that. Yeah, we're trying to keep political and religious stuff out of the thing. Oh wait.
Captain Baseball Bad Boy strip next to a sewer passage filled with bodies.
Oh, yep. Okay, that comment, yeah, that probably deserves the timeout there, John.
Well,
good on you.
What did they say exactly?
I'm not gonna say it, so.
Oh, alright, well. Were they blaming like cops or something?
Basically.
Now, what I
agree, John. That was actually a little out of line.
What I say is, I'll just repeat what I said earlier. It doesn't matter who wears what. There are good guys with guns and there are bad guys with guns.
I'll agree with that too, and that's basically all I'll say about it too.
Like Max Payne here. This is a perfect example. Technically a good guy, technically a bad guy, but I don't know.
Alright, so but going back to some of the things, because we went on and on about that for a good amount, we didn't get to some of these other comments here. So Sierra's like, for Red Ring of Death, that's the thing, yeah. If you've ever owned an Xbox 360, you would know about the Red Ring of Death. It basically, your Xbox just gets to a point where it doesn't work anymore, no matter what you do to it. The only way to fix the problem is to replace the entire console. Because that Xbox is now officially out of commission. You can't even sell it or use it to any other purpose. it's so, like, yeah, it's stupid. And like John said, yeah, if a PlayStation did end up crashing or fucking up, it's very rare where you have the need to replace it. And even if you do, they have warranties. So PlayStation's been very good about keeping their consoles working pretty efficiently. And should something go wrong, they can fix it pretty well.
There's my PlayStation 3. I kind of bought it used, and it has crashed on numerous occasions, but it wasn't like a game console breaking situation. A lot of the games that it crashed on, like Modern Warfare, the first one, it was a like scratched up copy and shit like that. So I just kind of blamed the copy I had to being faulty or whatever. Because that game, at one point, every time I tried to load up a mission or a multiplayer thing or whatever it was, it would crash.
Alright, so yeah, Sierra's like also, yeah, can't have the good without the bad. There's gotta be some kind of balance, yeah. Hi, Fine Chocolate. Where's Chris? He's currently working.
I hope you don't mind if I beat my meat real quick.
Why is the red ring even a thing? It's because... It's mostly... I'm pretty sure it's because Microsoft...
I'm beating my meat.
Beating his meat, yep. If only we had a blur effect. But yeah, I agree, Sierra. It's kind of stupid because... The main reason I think it's a thing, though, is just because Microsoft at the time didn't know how to get around that, I guess. It was just a bug that they could never solve with that system. I think they probably solved it with the Xbox One X. Again, I can't say for sure because I never played it or used one. I know, Fine Chocolate. I know you're smart. But you're labeled as Fine Chocolate.
Going from bad to worse.
So you'll be labeled as Fine Chocolate.
The men in blue had come and gone. They had decorated the place with chalk outlines and tied it together with yellow tape. The cops who had stayed behind were dead. Frankie, his boys, and I had the place all for ourselves.
I'm stealing one of these. Since you brought them over. But Vlad made his soda contribution for the day and brought in
drank like 5 of them?
12 pack of 7-Up. He drank most of them, but I'm stealing one now. Alright.
Just forget about it.
Forget about it.
Hey, just forget about it.
Again, typical Brooklyn.
That crazy witch, you should have heard her. She was a real scream when the boys caught her trying to cap the Don. Oh, that's friggin' bad. To the trio? That's even worse than what Frankie's doing to that poor bastard downstairs.
Again, Frankie also.
It's gonna take a long time to die.
The mobster muscle on the phone was talking about Mona. Punchinello's trio were nothing but bad news.
Typical mobster things, you know? Just mobster things. Freaking Frankie.
Getting shot.
Getting shot. Alright. So yeah, going back to this because I just remembered about this. Xbox One X versus PS4 Pro. What is the true 4K king? I'm reading a review on this to see what the difference is between these two.
The fact remains that all the victims so far identified in the Ragnarok shooting have been known criminals, many of whom had large doses of V in their blood. Reliable sources say that Max Payne was also among those killed, although no body has been recovered at this time.
Reliable sources. That meant somebody thought the Mafia had me and didn't want the cops snooping around anymore. The body would be delivered to them barely recognizable. Case closed. Don Punchinello had the power to be that reliable source, which was no news. But his news was old news.
So yeah, basically due to a source, they think Max Payne is now dead. So cops are gonna get a barely recognizable body. They're gonna call out to search for Max Payne temporarily.
Max Payne should die like a dog for the trouble he's caused. Frankie, I know I can trust you to give this matter the dedication it needs.
Frankie's probably dead. If not, he's about to be.
So yeah, one of the things this review states is the main difference right now that people make when making a decision between Xbox One X or PS4 Pro is okay then.
Exactly.
So yeah, the main difference, one of the main differences that people are going to look into when buying one of the games is the price. PS4 Pro is retailed at $350. No. Yeah, $350 roughly. Or is it $400? I think it's $400.
Jesus Christ.
And then the Xbox One X is at $500. So about $100 price difference. Some people might be willing to overlook it, but a lot of people are obviously going to go for the cheaper console. There's another thing that they won him over with E3 at the initial thing too, because PS4 had a lower price for their console than the Xbox One originally had. Oh, excuse me.
So yeah, this was the guy that was beating me upside the head earlier.
Alright, let's go over their specs. Processors. They both have 8 core.
Thank you. You've been a lovely eye.
Xbox One X has a 2.3 GHz processor, and PS4 has a 2.13 GHz processor. So Xbox One X's processor is slightly better.
I spotted the tail as soon as I left the hotel.
By at least 0.2 GHz.
I'd seen the car before. That time it had heralded impressive explosions. Vladimir was back.
Bang. You're dead, Max Payne.
I might have laughed if I remembered how.
Oh, so PS4 actually runs a lot better than the PS4 one too. Or the Pro runs better than the PS4 because the vanilla console lags at 1.6 gigahertz, where now it's at 2.13. So that's a pretty good difference.
Always wanted to say that.
It's a bum rap. I've been framed.
Well, that's a moot point. Whatever you did or did not do, I'm sure.
Oh, hello, Jose. I buy PS4 Pro for $400.
This is the part where I help the Russians. Now for you can't refuse.
Also, welcome to the stream, Jose. Hi again, Ben. Have you been listening to our video game controversial discussions?
But that's not all. Where is this guy, Boris Stein? Used to pull jobs for me. He's the captain of the cargo ship Charon. Now the bastard turncoat has gone over to the other side, Punchinello's. The ship's loaded with high-res hardware, guns, my business. If Punchinello gets hold of that cargo, he's won and I have lost. And you'll have your work cut out for you.
Alright, so let's see. Graphics.
You need heavy-duty persuaders.
Oh, so that's what the teraflops things comes in, is with the graphics. Alright, PS4 Pro runs at 4.21 teraflops. Xbox One X runs at 6 teraflops. They have, so like John said, they have better graphics.
The Brooklyn riverfront was a maze of rusty containers.
They have better performance and they have better graphics.
We have better games.
But do they have better games? That's the main thing, yes.
Cement shoes in line. No Minotaur lurked in this labyrinth, but somewhere out there, on the clanking deck of his cargo freighter, the skipper of the Chiron was waiting, like the ferry where the river Styx.
Games and content, here we go. You have also confirmed Xbox One backwards compatibility roll over to the Xbox One X. It's more than 300 titles, which is nothing to sniff at. There were no One X exclusive titles with the exception of experiences that provide certain virtual reality peripherals. which remains still unconfirmed. Alright, this list doesn't really go into detail about the games, so I'm gonna personally look up the games between them. List out a few exclusives. Exclusives, there you go.
Shit. Yeah, I jumped towards the grenade, damn it.
I missed something, but I'm not getting involved, says Ben. Feel free to join about the discussion between Microsoft and PlayStation, basically, is what this is. I see her. Alright. Xbox One X is classic Xbox games. Xbox 360 games, yes. They have backwards compatibility to Xbox 360, but they do not have, I'm pretty sure they don't have the Xbox games, though. I don't think so. I'm desperate for people to join my clan. God damn it, Ben. Oh yeah, I should get into PS4 too, I forgot about that. Give me that gamer tag. Alright. 2017 exclusives comparison. Oh, the Switches have been added to this too. Alright. List of exclusive games for 2017. Alright. I don't really know all of these games, but I'm just going to list a few of them that I think might resonate with a few people. For PS4, we got Ace Combat 7, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, the Danganronpa games, Days Gone, Detroit Become Human, Dragon Quest Heroes 2, Dungeon Defenders 2, Dynasty Warriors Godseekers, Final Fantasy VII Remake, God of War, the new one, Gravity Rush, Horizon Zero Dawn, basically all the Kingdom Hearts games. Ni no Kuni 2, Knack 2, Nier Automata, Persona 5, Shenmue 3, Spider-Man, Tales of Berseria, Last of Us Part 2, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and obviously I'm not going to list all of them because that would take too long, but those are the few that caught my eye at least.
I'm a terrible shot.
For the Xbox One, got, I think Below was good. I forget if it was or not. Crackdown 3, Halo Wars 2, State of Decay 2, Forza Motorsport 7, Ori and the Will of Wisps, and wow. Okay, I'll admit, they do not have much. I'll admit this right now. I'm looking at the list right now. They do not have that many exclusives.
Who? Xbox?
Xbox One, yeah. Even the Switch has more exclusives on their system than the Xbox One does at the moment. And the Switch has come out like very recently too. Oh
Come
man.
on, Xbox, get your shit together.
Oh man. Oh, I feel bad for you guys now. Holy crap. I agree, yeah, I agree with John. All the games I listed for PS4, they have pretty great stories. They also are arguably very great games, these two. Alright. But yeah, I'm like literally, if you look at this list, let me count out the games they have actually here real quickly. Xbox One has 23 exclusives. The PS4 has so much more. They have more than double. Let me just tell you that.
I remember watching this video. 5 health item or 10 health items from video games. This could actually be really bad for you. And this game actually made the list. All those painkillers you take throughout the game would actually kill you.
Also, you know what I just realized about this list too? These are games for just the year of 2017. These are games for just this year.
Damn.
Just look at this list real quickly. Here's where all of them stand. PS4, Xbox One, Switch. Here is where Xbox... This is where Xbox ends, right here.
Holy shit.
There's where the Switch ends. And there's where the PS4 ends. Just for the year of 2017. Yeah, if Xbox wants to stay as a driving force in the gaming market, they need to get something out there that will either make them stand out or basically elevate them above the competition. Because right now, yeah, they aren't doing well. And I'm sorry for all the Xbox fans out there, but there's no denying that they are not doing so well. I'm gonna see if this works actually. Copy this link. I'm gonna see if this works in the chat. Yeah, seriously, like I have a lot more games than the PS4, but my little bro has quite a lot as well. I don't know if any of them are exclusive for the Xbox One, I mean, yeah. Alright, let me see if this sends. I just sent a link in the chat. Yeah, it works on my computer at least. So, this is the whole list for 2017 games for the recent 3 consoles. Feel free to look through it if you'd like. Dad says that the link works. Also, real quickly, since I'm here too, I'm going to quickly look at the statistics for how the Xbox and the PlayStation did at launch.
I doubted the level to the seat.
Actually, is the Xbox One X out at the moment? I'm pretty sure it is, right? Oh no, wait. I don't think it is out yet, right?
Family troubles. Exhibits number 1, 2, and 3. Briefcase of money. A sniping rifle.
No, yeah, it isn't out yet.
Printed on a folded piece of expensive paper.
Mayor.
It didn't sound like a mafia contract at all. It was too cold and too to the point.
I don't lie. I gotta use the bathroom again. So if you want, you can run around, Corey. I'll be back shortly.
Oh. Alright, so let's see. Let's see how you did. Sales section. Okay. Alright. As of 2013, Microsoft confirmed it has sold 1 million Xbox One consoles within its first 24 hours of being available. That's a pretty decent number. It has sold approximately 2 million units its first 18 days. Approximately 3 million have been sold worldwide in 2013. January 2016 reported the financial call that the Xbox One had sold around 18 to 19 million units. Okay, never mind. I found it here. It's at the very end of this article, at this thing on Wikipedia. So, by January 2016, Xbox One sold around 18 to 19 million units. The PS4 sold 36 million. And of course, both of them also did better than the Wii U, which did 12.5 million. So there's your sales figures right there. It literally PS4 sold double the amount of consoles that Xbox did. Literally double. Wow. Again, I'm not so surprised either. I feel like a lot more people own a PS4 than they do an Xbox. I'm sorry, it's very silent right now. Vlad is currently in the bathroom, so... Yeah, again, I won't deny that the Xbox One has some actually really good games on it. It's just in comparison, a lot of people probably would rather have it, but again, other than those, if you want a gaming console that runs really well, has really good graphics, and can play most of the same game, and can play most of the shared games that PS4 and the rest can do, you're gonna get a decent console. But if you want something that has a lot more game selection, a lot more stories, a lot more gameplay-ish stuff to it, you get a PS4. So they're both good in their own ways. But still, sales figures and the game exclusives, they don't lie. How much longer you want to stream?
We could probably finish at the 3-hour mark.
Okay.
Are you up for a killing floor? When I get home for a little bit?
I could, yes. But yeah, honestly, also I kind of want to name this episode "The Future of Gaming," which will be kind of ironic seeing on Max Payne. Because all you see when you see the title is Max Payne #1, the future of gaming.
That would be very misleading.
Exactly. That's why I love it. Yeah, it's a very good point. Which again, I can see that too, John. That Microsoft or Xbox specifies with multiplayer experiences, while PlayStation specifies with actual in-game stories. I could see it. Because if you think about it, there's a lot of good single-player games for the PS4, while there's a lot of other games that really connect you with other people with the Xbox. Because that's what I felt like they kind of tried to promote when they released it, is that the Xbox was going to be like the best console to play with your friends. It's going to be the best way to get involved with all your friends and everything like that, because is the console literally built for that. It's built for playing with other people, while PS4 is literally built for just gaming, in any sense really, but mostly good single-player, story-driven stories. It really depends on people's playstyles. If people like playing really good-looking games with other friends, they can get an Xbox One. But if they don't care about that, PS4 would be a better option. And again, that's like with me personally. I like games with a good story. I like good single-player games that I can just play on my own. But I also like playing with friends at some points too. I don't know. John's like, Smart hasn't said anything since I proved him wrong. Oops, I scared him away.
Some people are delicate like that.
Again, I'm not trying to, like, you know, bash the Xbox. I'm just saying that in comparison, and with my personal opinions,
you're wrong.
I would always have a PS4 more. I'd rather be with PlayStation more. Oh God.
I don't know how I survived that.
You barely survived. Look at your freaking meter. One more shot and you're dead.
Good thing he was a bad shot.
Right though.
My health regenerates a little bit. One thing that's kind of cool is that the character limps a little.
Mm-hmm. By the way, Vlad, did you hear my my thing before? What I said about the sales figures?
Not sure.
Basically, I read at the end of this, by January 2016, Xbox would have sold around 18 to 19 million units.
Altogether?
Yeah. The PS4, they sold 36 million. Double the amount. And of course the Wii U, it didn't do as good as either of them because it only sold 12.5 million. You know the funny thing too is, I have a PS4 and I have a Wii U, but I don't have an Xbox One. It's the only new console I don't have, besides the Switch. And the funny thing again too, I'd rather get a Switch. But at this point, Nintendo's not even really competing with Xbox or PS4. They're kind of just doing their own thing. That's how Nintendo's always been. They've always just been that one company that just does their own thing, and they do it well. Nintendo does whatever they want, and they do it very well. They're not afraid to take risks, and that's why I like them as a company.
Well, I think I'm done with this game for now.
And there he goes.
Should probably cut the stream short.
Yeah. I mean, there's not many people here or talking anymore anyway, so... Except for John and Sierra.
If anyone in our friend group wants to do some killing floor with us, then if you're on our friends list, you're free to join.
I think Ben's gonna be too busy playing Destiny.
What a loser.
Also, I'm pretty sure John would join us if he had a PS4. No, if he had a PS4, he'd be playing with Ben right now. I'll be completely honest, he would be.
Probably be looking at each other's clits in the game.
Okay, that's arguable also, Jose. Xbox 360, better console than PS3.
Wrong.
I would have to disagree. Personally, I would have to disagree because I have a lot more games that I play for the PS3 than I do the Xbox 360. The main reason I have an Xbox 360 right now is because it's the only game console I can play. It's the only good way that I can play my music games with, because I only have the controller for the Xbox game, for the Xbox system. And I have just a few games that I don't have on the PS4 on it. But other than, also, I did get a few cool things with free with gold when that came around. But other than that, I don't play the Xbox at all. I always was more for PS3 and PS4. And that's just me. Sierra, John, we're both like, yep, PS3 better. I'm sorry, Xbox fans. Oh, alright, John. He wants me to look up how many Xbox 360s were sold than compared to the PS3. Let's see their sales figures. Why not? Xbox 360, PS4. Actually, no. Just Xbox 360. Because I'm pretty sure they'll do the same thing. There we go. Alright. Alright, well, at least found them on here, on Wikipedia. So,
Shit.
as in units sold worldwide, as of 2014, they sold 84 million units. $84 million. Okay. Alright, units shipped for PS3. 80 million. The actual Xbox 360 actually beat PS3 by 3 million units. And again, I can see why. The Xbox 360 lasted a long time. Probably longer than the PS3, honestly. Let me check how long the PS3 was around. Because actually PS3 was around for a long time too. Yeah, the yellow light's the same thing, but it's not as common. True. I never encountered that, so I did encounter a red ring though with one of my Xboxes. It's funny, I'm pretty sure the PS2 actually had more units sold than the PS3.
Probably.
The PS2 was arguably like a really good console too. The PlayStation was for around as long as 360, possibly. Because what I said, oh yeah, Xbox 360 came around in 2005. When did these guys come around? 2006. About a year later. Not that far off though. And when did PS4 come out again? (2013). Wow. 2013. It's 4 years ago. It doesn't feel like that's the console's been around for 4 years.
Which system?
A year and they lost by 3 million. That's nothing. Oh yeah, of course. The classic games in the PS3. That was one of the greatest things about the PS3 was they had games from the older games. You're able to play some of the older games on it too, especially with the PS1 Classics downloads things too. You could play most of the original Final Fantasy games on your PS3. So it was pretty good. I actually got Final Fantasy 9 for my PS3 because I thought it was 10, but now I have it. Ben's like 360 better than PS3 and PS4 better than Xbone. In my opinion, at least. Yeah, I won't deny 360 was a really good console, especially for its time. It lasted very long and had a very decent game selection for it. But I don't know, again, with some of the exclusives for the PS3, I like them better. There's some games I like better. Because again, PS3 had all the Kingdom Hearts games, basically. Or like, at least all the remakes for the Kingdom Hearts games. Had Infamous. Had Katamari. I can't really say even for Katamari. Actually, Xbox 360 did have a version of Katamari, so I can't say really much about that. But I am forgetting like all of the PS3 exclusives right now. But there's a lot of games I like better on the PS3 than I did the in the Xbox. Well, actually, it wasn't. I know God of War was a PlayStation exclusive. I think Ratchet and Clank was also. Jak and Daxter. Devil May Cry, yeah. Also, yeah, better multiplayer. I can argue with that too because honestly, the Xbox Gold system was actually pretty good with the Xbox Live parties and everything. It was a very good system. I'll agree with that. Alright. PS3 exclusives. There's definitely high XP exclusives. .3D Dot Game Heroes. I forgot about that game. Ace Combat Infinity. Comic Crash. I love that game. Dead or Alive 5 Ultimate Core Fighter. Well, Dead or Alive 5 itself came out on Xbox too. I remember that.
I think you can probably end the stream about now.
Yeah, I'm just going through the games right now. God of War, of course. Ascension. Wait, this is PS3, right? Yeah, PS3. Yeah, that's right. Heavenly Sword. Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection. Infamous. Katamari Forever. Killzone. The Last of Us. Little Big Planet. Yeah, Little Big Planet. Metal Gear Solid series. Nino Kune. Ratchet and Clank. Resistance. Soul Calibur. Or at least one of them. Tales of Xillia. Oh, the Tales of games, of course. Twisted Metal. Yeah. I just like more of the games. I just like more of the games for it. Also, like I said before, I like how the controller handles. I like the two sticks being in the same row. Yeah. I just like how that feels better than the stick being higher up like that. But yeah. Anyways, yeah. I guess this is it for today, guys. Vlad's getting tired of playing the same level over and over again.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, we'll probably eventually play more of this. We could probably get this done in like 3 streams.
Yeah, well, we did go through more than a third of the game in about 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next stream. Probably tomorrow because Chris wants to stream something before we go off to celebrate his birthday. So you guys can leave all your birthday messages for him tomorrow. It's gonna be fun.
No, it's not.
It's gonna be fun. Maybe, John. So yeah, we'll see. See you next stream.
Later.